Hello, welcome to the Battle and Barrow. Just recently I made a post about how I feel thought the channel was becoming a bit like a retro gaming channel. That wasn't a deliberate thing, it was not a conscious choice I've made, it's just I wanted to cover the games that I used to love as a kid and cover them on the channel for nostalgia, and also get hold of the games that I missed out on as a kid due to one thing or another, and finally I'm in a position now where I can get hold of them and play them. So that's what I've been doing recently. But that's not to say I'm against new games on the channel and collecting new games. Some of my recent favourites of all time are Descent 2nd Edition, utilising the Road to Legend app, and the Fantasy Flight Games Lord of the Rings game, which also utilises an app. And so, you know, that's bringing modern technology right into the tabletop. I'm not opposed to that. I quite like that aspect of it. William of Delvbros got in contact with me. Delvbros are a small indie game studio, just sort of starting out, I guess, to let me know about a game that they're doing called Taelmoor. This is a kind of digital physical dungeon crawler board game that uses a QR code scan and play technology. So, you know, grab your phone and use your phone to scan in. Now, to me, that was really interesting because, yeah, we've got app-based games where you just got a tablet, push stuff on that, but actually scanning something in with your phone, yeah, cool. I was quite excited about that. There was this thing back in the 90s when barcode scanners, you had barcode scanner card games, I believe, and stuff like that. I never had one myself. So this is like a 21st century version of that. So that really interested me. They've just released an alpha version of the game, and it's a print and play release of it. So you can go to their website, and I'll have all the links in the description below, and you can download a PDF and print it out, not using a 3D printer because not everyone's got a 3D printer, but using a standard 2D, bog standard inkjet printer. 2D, yeah, you know, bog standard 2D inkjet printer. That's amazing. That makes it accessible for almost everyone, because almost everyone's got a printer or access to a printer. So that is amazing. So we're going to have a look at the art and how to assemble it. But one thing to note when we do this is not all the art on this alpha is finalised yet. There's some temporary placeholder art. I still quite enjoyed it. So, but yeah, when you look through, you might be able to notice that some of it is a temporary placeholder art. So bear that in mind when we take a look at it. Also, just as I was just recording this, I got an email from them to let me know they've been approved for a Kickstarter in May, which will be interesting. So I don't know what that means. Does it mean you'll be able to have a physical copy, which is possible, because they did contact me and said they have a few copies of it printed out on really high quality card and looks like a laser printer. So the version we're going to be looking at when we get to it is the version they sent me, because at the time my printer was at the fritz anyway, it wasn't working, so that worked out really well. But the quality on it's really nice. Even when my printer's working, it doesn't print out that well. So perhaps it's like that, or they're going to get plastic rather than card. Interesting to see about the Kickstarter. So that, I'll leave a link to that in the description as well. They also did let me know that that link could be changing because Kickstarter spelt their name incorrectly, so they could be changing the link. So when that happens, I'll update the description, but also make a post on the channel as well. I think that's enough of me waffling on about this. Let's get looking at it. And what I'm then going to do is play a quick sort of solo game of me going through, just getting the rules and getting my head around everything. So yeah, let's crack on. So the first thing you want to do is head over to the website, and there will be a link in the description. Step 1, download the PDF. There you go. We can download that. Step 2, print and cut. So you're going to print out the PDF, and it says here on some sort of nice printable cardstock. Start a game. So we click this, which we should do in a minute once we've downloaded the PDF and had a look at its contents. Enjoy yourself. Cool. Alright, so yeah. Let's let's download this, shall we? And when you download it, this is what you're going to get. You're going to get this PDF with these lovely printouts on. So here's the players for Barbarian and Cleric and Dwarf, the Elf and the Rogue, the Wizard, which is all pretty nice. If we look here, I know something lovely about it. He looks like he's straight from an 80s comic book. Love him. And the background here kind of reminds me of 16-bit video games, sort of Atari ST, Amiga type thing, so I like that. It kind of appeals to my old schoolness, even though it is modern. And here are some of the dungeon tiles. So we're going to got these. You can see what they look like, and you can see the artistic style. All of them, of course, have the barcode because that's what this game is utilising. A bit modernness in a otherwise tabletop role-playing setting or gaming setting. Some canyons here. We're getting into some sort of item cards. Hack, I'm guessing these are abilities. So I haven't read the rules, haven't played it yet. It's my first look at it, so I'm looking at this first time as what you are. So once you got those printed out, what you're going to want to do is cut them out. So, but I've been very kindly been sent these, which is the guys who make the game sent these to me. So they're sort of really nicely printed. Because my printer's not the best, it's one of the cheap inkjet. These look like they're laser printed. So I've got all the printouts here that we've just gone through. And so I guess what we've got to do now is one thing we didn't look at on the PDF I want to get to. Lovely the art here. Black. Are these? Okay, these are standees. So you even get player pieces to play the game with. So I know there's a few people out there that prefer these to miniatures, and the whole point of this is because you need a standee for this, which is going to go on the back of them, so you can scan this in with your phone. So what I've got to do now is I've got to get cutting out and building. So it's cutting mat time, ruler, Stanley knife time. Right, almost got them cut out, but when it comes to these, the standees, before I finish cutting them all out, while they're in a group, I want to come in with a sculpting tool and just score some lines down. I think same for here as well. See how well this works. And here. Not score lines. It's not cut, it's just scored. Make it easier to fold. Just let's have a look. Got one cut out, so I should be able to now fold it along score lines and then glue these here. We have a little standee. Just going to glue, just going to use a glue stick. Glue on that side, glue on the other side. It's a good tip when using glue stick to glue on both sides. And glue it together. Got a standee, so I'm going to do the rest of these. And also, while I'm here, got the cards here. This is the Barbarian card, and I'm thinking of, I don't know if you meant to do it, gluing them like that. So that'd be your start card. Flip it over when you want to play, do the action. So I'm thinking about doing that. So if I'm wrong, and there's a reason why I'll have to try and carefully put them apart or reprint them out, but I can't see there being a need for both at the same time. It would just save table space. So So what I want to do is make sure. So inside, I'd probably really want to use spray adhesive for this. Stronger, but just letting you know what I'm thinking of doing. And here it is all cut out and assembled. What a time to be alive, where you can actually download sort of almost instantly play a tabletop game. Not, you know, not a virtual game, tabletop with physical components. What a time to be alive, eh? Okay, how do we play it? Well, the first port of call is the rulebook, which is available to download from the website. This will basically go through what we've done here about printing out the pieces, assembling them, and here we go. So to start a new game, we go to that web address there, taelmoor.netify.app. So I guess we'll do that now. But before we do that, let's have a quick look at the rest of the rules just to make sure. We're going to choose a class. We're going to choose abilities, which are those cards, I guess, we printed out. You can see this is, I think those cards on screen at the moment there are this is Alpha 2, I believe. What I printed out here, and that looks like that's Alpha 1, maybe. So we'll just have a look and then we can explore, dialogue and combat. There's for the exploration here, turn by turn. Exploration mode is default mode. You as a player of Taelmoor again make it clear you in dialogue or combat. So I think the nice thing about this game as well is it's going to be self-explanatory because of you using the phone and an app to do this. And it's got combat. Boom, so that's it. So that's all we got to do. Is, where is it? Go to that address there. Well, okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go to the website, go to that address that's in the rulebook, and we get this. Welcome to the printable alpha of Taelmoor. Download the pieces, print them out, gather your friends to explore dangerous dungeons by scanning cards and miniatures with your mobile device. Well, don't have any friends. That's just a joke. At the moment, can't gather my friends because current world situation, but I wonder if your friends could print this out so you both have a copy and you're both playing in your own respective houses, because you're scanning stuff via a mobile device. So this game's pretty cool because it means you can play a tabletop game, physical tabletop game, in remote locations. Brilliant, kind of like the sound of that. Since Taelmoor is now for much will change in the up and coming months, you may encounter some bugs. Always cool. Yeah, and that's feedback. So scenarios: a week in the wrong place and the pit. So that's part one. That's part two. So I'm going to go to the pit. Okay, the pit. In this scenario, your lust for glory and riches has brought you to the pit, a renowned fighting ring in Taelmoor. With 3 levels, each more dangerous than the last. There are no puzzles in this scenario. It's nothing but combat. Okay, cool. We'll do a bit of fighting. It will take strategy and the right party composition to win. Well, I'm playing solo, so I'm going to die in this. But I'm only playing this to go through the mechanics. Does this take you to... Ooh. So yeah, a bit of lore here. Always love a bit of lore. The populous continent on Verdun, Taelmoor sits on to the north. Yeah, so there's some lore here. So you can actually come here and peruse through and click all this. So I might not going to do that in the video, but might spend a bit of time doing this because I love a bit of lore. Okay, so I'm probably going to blur these out, but you have a game ID here and it's a sequence of 4 characters. And while you select your character, friends can join this game URL at. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip over to my mobile phone now and type in that number into my browser. So what I've got to do now is scan a card to begin. So as it's going to be combat, I'm obviously going to have to be the barbarian, aren't I? This is like combat, so how far I can survive just for a barbarian. And you come in, And on the app there, you can see your class. Hopefully, you can barbarian. So now you can see on the main game screen, back on the. I guess you do this on a single phone. I'm running this on in a browser on my PC and on my phone, just for recording purposes. But you would just run it from your phone. Anyway, so what I do is click on everybody's in. So this will say you're not in the game on your browser, but the phone, that won't do it, because the phone here will have this now, which is welcome to Taelmoor. You're playing Taelmoor, a game where you traverse challenging dungeons using scan and play technology. Okay, cool. Start by placing B7 orientated upwards towards the bottom of a large table. Placing the party marker within, then place everyone's character, each character and combat cards in front of them. So basically on mine, I've got it double-sided, so boom. Whenever you see something in between two curly braces like this, that line here, it means the object card in the current room, otherwise instructed to place it. Notice each card has at least one QR code on it. When using these progressed games, plan involves scanning QR action, yada yada. I won't read this all with you, but let's set up. Okay, so there we go. To begin playing, try searching the room you are in to learn about it. You do this by first scanning the character's inspect QR code on the reverse side as an action, and then scanning B7 QR on your target. So here we've got QR, our QR codes. It's your turn. It says here, scan this, inspect, and we got scan action, then target, inspect. So I want to inspect staging error. Confirm. Simple enough. Trembling in that anticipation, the tang of flesh blood fills your nostrils, just as a mixture of glory and fear fills your gut. The pit. You have finally made it to the pit. Renowned all over Taelmoor for its brutality and substantial prize money, the pit is one of the most prestigious underground fighting rings in Verdun. After years of training, plotting and connection making, you finally get your shot at it. Just 3 fights. We can do that, guys. And always say that. Just win 3 fights. They always say that. Just win 3 fights and the prize is yours. You salivate at the thought. The pit is arranged into 3 subterranean levels, as well as the topmost level that is only 1 above ground. This is where you find yourself now. You are standing ready to fight alone. In front of you is a tall, charismatic character that you recognise immediately, for he is most mythical as the pit itself, the ringleader. There is not much else to do except talk to him, so you can enter the fight. Press EK in B7 with you now. So here we go. Here's EK. Bung him in the pit with us. Cool. It's your turn. Scan. I'm going to interact with EK. So let's do this. Interact with Sam. The barbarian asks the ringleader about interact. Well, well, well. Turn him around so we can see him. Well, well, well. Another big, muscly chunk of meat looking to rely on his brawn instead of his brain. He grins crudely before continuing. Welcome, little pitling. Another potential contender. Come for glory. Well, this is certainly a place for it. I am the ringleader, your humble guide to glorious slaughter. This is the pit, the finest underground fighting ring of all of Taelmoor. Over there is the entrance to pit 1. There are just 3 pits here, each harder than the last. And if you beat all 3, you win the prize. that is it. You may begin at any time. Place A6 to the north of B7 now. Use your interact button to move to it at any time to start your challenge. You're now in dialogue mode. If desired, the player can continue the conversation to the ringleader by scanning any card asking about it, or you can scan interact action to end it. Okay, so here we are on the phone now. It says talking to the ringleader, scan something to ask about it, or interact to end. So interact on a card. This is the very first level of 3. All you have to do is beat 3 fights. That's it. So easy. Let's get started. Right, I just want to have fun with scanning stuff in. So some of the stuff printed out of these cards. I'm assuming these are abilities. So I'm going to scan this. I'm going to waste too much time doing this scan because we want to get on something. Come on. Enrage. Confirm. I'm not really sure what that is. Okay, so it's not like it doesn't have everything in. I thought it might have bits in. So let's just confirm. You end your conversation with the ringleader. It's your turn. Scan. So I think I want to pick one. Scan action and then target. Oops. Confirm. Does that make sense? Nothing happens. Okay, I've done that wrong. So inspect. Hit one. Blood and guts, broken arms and armour, dirt and mud. This place is filled with just what you expect in an underground arena and nothing besides. The dead bandits litter the floor in front of you, and onlookers have already begun moving through a hidden passage that leads to seats above the matches. Okay, so what we want to do, scan, interact with pit 1, confirm. You enter the first pit. Boom. In this subterranean place, your nerves stand to attention, ready to fight. Before your eyes adjust to the darkness, you hear a rising roar around you. Hundreds of onlookers sit in seats carved into high stone above. They're cheering for you or against you. It's hard to tell. On your turn, you turn your attention ahead of you to where there is a group of 2 ragged humans, each wielding glittering weapons and eyes of rage. You recognise these men's colours as those of frozen marauders, horrible pirates and slavers all. Ooh. Your conscience is clear as you prepare to fight. I guess that means they're bad people, so we don't have anything to worry about. You are now in combat. In this phase, you'll use only your combat cards. Shuffle your deck of combat cards and draw a hand of 5 combat cards now. Okay, let's do this. So, is that what these are here? Draw a hand. Shuffle your deck of combat cards. Oh, I see. Yeah, so that's these here. So these are combat cards. So I'm going to need the barbarian ones. So okay. So was it? Give them a shuffle and draw a hand of 5 cards now. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Choose a combat card to play by scanning it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I've got a load of hacks, so I'm gonna use one of these hacks. So what we got? We got hack, hack, hack. Someone didn't shuffle very well. Tackle and enrage. So I'm going to use a hack. Each combatant. Anyway, draw 5 combat cards and choose a combat card to play by scanning the QR code on it. Always draw back to 5 cards each time a card is played. Once you run out of cards, shuffle and discard your abilities. So okay, so I'm going to need my deck here. This is my active combat card. I'm going to place them face down so I don't know what I'm getting. And this is my current deck, and I'll have to discard up here. Always draw back to 5 cards each time card play. Once you run out, shuffle your discarded abilities. Each combatant, players and enemies, cannot choose its target without using the combat card to do so. Every card will say what it targets once played. Maintains current target, 7 damage, 40% to taunt is what this hack will do. So each card will say what it targets once played. Each time a card changes its targets, that change will remain, except when targeting allies. Each card has a speed in the bottom corner. I think mine go on the top corner. I imagine that's what that is here. 40. I imagine this is Alpha 1 wording, this Alpha 2. Anyway, doesn't matter. Each card's speed in the corner, a higher speed goes first. Each combatant who they're targeting and ability will. Okay, let's have a look. How to fight. Grab your class's deck, shuffle, and draw 5 cards. Done that. This is your deck round. Each round, scan a card to play it, then discard and draw a new card. That's what we'll do here. When your deck's been shuffled, find the points players choose cards simultaneously. Okay, I'm playing on myself here. So, ooh, blooming hell. Okay. So we don't put. Let's see, how's the music on this? There is. Alright, I'll be. There is music. So I've had that. I've had my phone turned down because my phone's. Now, so we don't put any of these guys on here then for this. There's not a physical skeleton war. I'm just seeing. Is that him? It's not. Okay. I thought there might be a physical thing. I prefer a physical thing. Scan a card, so we're going to scan. Let's hack. Confirm. Oh, well, I'm fighting a sorcerer as well. Now I've also got to draw another card. I'm going to draw and smash. So, smash someone. Smash. Confirm. Draw another card. I'm just going to draw the top one. Another hack. Play them in that order. Enfeeble. Off camera here. Okay, so. That might be too loud. Yeah, kill song. Round finish. Okay, hack. Hack. Draw another card. It's tackle. Might try tackle next. Round 3. Shield. Round finished. Okay, I'm going to tackle. I need more light in my room for this. Confirm. Got wild swing. Stunned. Curse. What? Stunned. Round finished. There's a time here. Does that how much I've got to push a card? So I'm going to try this wild swing. My phone's a bit skanky on the QR reader. Right. And my last card is Smash. And the sorcerer is well easy to kill. This guy's a bit. Right, scan, smash. Firm. Oh, it's gone a bit funny. Possibly one of the bugs. Ooh. I can't see what's going on. Scan. Victory. Ah, cool. The last bandit falls in front of you, and the crowd roars with anticipation. You allow yourself to bask in the glory for a moment, but you know that more awaits. Rumours of the pit are correct. It means the first battle is usually meant to get warmed up, yard, for the actual challenge. So I'm thinking ahead of what I'm going to say in this video. As if knowing this, the audience begins to file out through the exits, presumably to lead them to watch greater battles. The excitement is palatable. The north gate opens and you access. Yeah, well, I noticed, so I accidentally scanned it. So we're going to put A7 here in the north. Into fight. Place 7 and move there with the interact action whenever you're ready. Okay, so I think first what we're going to do, shuffle these bad boys. Okay, so just while we're here, just to give quick thoughts already, I'd have preferred, I don't know, having standees here. I don't know what they would do here, but I don't know. It just felt like needed standees here. I'm enjoying it though. I have to admit, it's nice having this physical merge of this and technology. So we're going to interact. Your action, interact bit 2, confirmed. Cool. Delving deeper, blood still drips from you as you descend into the second depths. If what you just thought was only the first 3, I'll put myself here. I'll sort of move him off. Yeah, well, anyway. What you just thought was only the first 3, you're right about next 2. Ahead of you, you see 2 dead things. Only dead no longer. Unnatural and disgusting creatures stand before you. This is more of what you're expecting from the pit. Your gut clenches as you raise your weapons. Time to fight. Add Entity Lich and 1 Skeleton Arch. Oh, here we go. Okay. Entity Lich. Okay, so yeah, I think I'm right here. Loading a bit slow. Yes, that looks like him-ish. That looks like him. And got to do a combat card. So shuffle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And okay, I'm going to try to plan a smash. Scan. Oh, if I get my thumb out of the way. Smash. Confirm. Round 1. Taunted. Stunned. That's quite cool. I'm halfway down. I draw another card. That's tackle. Don't want that. Smash seemed quite good, so try doing a smash again. Smash. Confirm. Round 2. Wait. Feebled. Curse. Or taunted. Stunned. Oh, he's almost dead. Less. Now finished. Oh, got to draw another card. Hack. Well, I might as well see what hack does now. Hack. Confirm. She's really getting into this. This is really cool. Taunted. Dead archer. Cool. Scan. Combat card. Didn't pick up one, so let's hack the Lich. Hack. Draw another combat card. Okay. I haven't really done a lot to the Lich, but he doesn't have much. But I'm almost dead myself. Oh, he just healed. Hack him again. See what happens. Oh, scan the hack. Scan the hack. Okay, this one's not scanning in, so I'll try this one. Yeah. And last card. Wild Swing. Try that next. Round 5. We're either dead or not in this game. Let's see what. Itch is almost halfway down. Oh, no. Ah! Oh. Combat finished. You died! Everyone in the party has died. Unfortunately, this means your adventure is at an end. Try again another time. Thanks for playing. Yada yada. Okay, so let's check out my thoughts, I think. Yeah, well, this was modern. You can't say we don't do modern on the channel. I was just talking about the other day how I think the channel is becoming a bit of a retro gaming channel. This is as modern as what it gets, really, for a tabletop game. Scanning stuff in with a QR code. I've not actually seen that done before. You know, I've seen the use of an app to govern the game, but scanning stuff in. It reminds me of probably late 90s, early 2000s. There was these barcode scanners that were done with the game, and it kind of reminds me of that in concept. Obviously, technology's moved on. You don't need a bespoke bit of technology to do it, because you can just do it with your phone and your camera scan on your phone, so that's cool. I sort of at first was a bit worried about it, how I was going to enjoy it, but I really got into it. I don't think I was going to play it as long as that. I was just going to do a few scans and stop, and to be honest, I was a bit upset when I died, but I was playing solo rather than anyone else, with anyone else helping me out. I would say when it talked about putting the liches and the skeleton archer in, the graphics that then came up were these, so I was right. But of course, this graphic isn't an archer either, so that's quite difficult. I think perhaps something needs to be done there, because these just have numbers on ED, EG, and it was talking about a lich and a skeleton archer. So maybe look into that before we go to beta. I would say something like that. I don't like standees. I like miniatures. I know Dan over Dungeon Dive is the opposite, so he'd be right into this, having some standees. But really, there's nothing to stop me from having miniatures on and just having these to the side to scan like a card if I really wanted to use miniatures. So, you know, you can pimp it. So rather than having standees, get your miniatures out. And so I've got a miniature of a lich, hold on. So yeah, so I'd have a miniature of a lich, I'd put that on the board instead, and I'd keep this to one side, perhaps put it over here by my card, so I know that that's who I'm fighting, scan the lich when I want to fight. And plus then I don't have to keep pulling this off the board, I can just keep the board the same, scan the lich. So I might be doing that, I might actually have using miniatures for this. The party's all in one. I'd probably use, I don't know, a few miniatures of, again, I could use my barbarian miniature here. I've actually painted to look like He-Man, but we could have that here because there's no barcode on this. I could have that here, and boom, lich is down here, my barbarian card is here. I can play around with it. So yeah, for a while I'll probably use the standees, so that's not an issue. But it's great that you can just download this, print it out on. Everyone's got, you know, 3D printing's becoming a thing, but not everyone has a 3D printer, let's face it. But most people have a 2D printer, so boom, you can print this out and be playing within an hour. We didn't get to use these, so imagine these are icon cards, so we can have a look at them now. Icon cards, item cards. So yes, apparently I can't think, speak and record at the same time today. Here you go, that's what they are. So I imagine they'd come into play in a game. Combat. Okay, let's move on to combat. My thoughts on combat. So you have a combat deck. This was reminding me of Dark World with the combat deck and sort of slight randomness of it, but it's bit like Dark World in the sense you have a hand, and from there, so yeah, it's random what you get in your hand. Once you got 5 cards, that's quite a lot. And from there, you do then have a tactic where you can pick what card you want. I found it quick, easy, and straightforward. So to me, that works. Incorporating into the QR into the combat. Possibly getting a bit sort of game computer gaming here with the tokens, but how else are you going to do it? It kind of tells you at a quick glance what it's doing. So we can see here, hack and smash is full damage with, I guess, bludgeoning damage, I reckon. Sort of slashing damage for 7 at a hack. Yeah, is there piercing? I guess that's piercing for 9 wild swing. I thoroughly enjoyed this, and I would want to play it again. Now, definitely, yeah, want to play it again. Love the tiles, dungeon tiles. Really nice. I have this late 80s sort of dungeon tiles you just buy in the game, but they're slightly comical. Games Workshop used to do sort of tiles like this, where they were slightly comical, not really realistic, but it kind of works for me. Pretty cool. Cavern-y type ones there. Yeah, so that's what the tiles look like. As I said, possibilities for this are I can play with someone not in my location. Perhaps we can chat over Discord, so you can get a voice chat. We can all be using their phones, so if anyone's interested in that and wants to join the alpha, perhaps we can get a gaming session on the channel where we're playing. We do have a Discord channel for that. So yeah, but that's our first look. I do want to get more of this on the channel. I do want to see how it plays with more people. As I said, if you're interested, join the alpha, print it out, and let me know. Perhaps we can arrange something, depending on time zones and the whatnot. It could be quite fun. We're still in a bit of a lockdown. It seems to be maybe ending soon, but you don't live near me anyway, so perhaps we can carry on with this even after lockdown. So yeah, that's it for Taelmoor. Further details are in the description. I think this has a lot of potential. I'm quite interested in this. So that'll be it for this video. I think it's gone on for long enough. Thanks for watching. Hit like, leave comments, let's have a discussion, especially if you're interested in printing, joining the alpha, printing it off and playing with me online. Yeah, that'll be it for this video though, guys. Until the next video, please take care.